Welcome to Caregiving Club's 2023 Holiday Gift Guide. I'm Sherri Snelling, and I am going to be taking you through our gift suggestions for this holiday season for wellness for older adults, wellness for caregivers, and wellness for the home. Let's start first with wellness for caregivers. Cozy, chic comfort. That is what you get when you buy Barefoot Dreams cardigans, sweaters, blankets, socks, and more. The story behind Barefoot Dreams is really wonderful. It is a company that was founded by a woman, Annette Cook. She actually first started to create a line of children's products that had really calming, soothing, coastal colors, and also that would soothe the senses. And it was designed mostly for her 3 young sons. She used soft flannels, satins, and knits that became the foundation of this brand, and really has become a symbol of that coastal grandmother chic that we see all over TikTok. As Annette battled cancer, Barefoot Dreams became the go-to comfort wear for cancer patients and also for family caregivers. Unfortunately, in 2012, Annette lost her courageous battle with cancer, and determined to continue her legacy, her husband Stan built Barefoot Dreams into the brand it is today. It is my go-to gift for all of my girlfriends, and I gifted it to my mom, who wound up gifting it to her friends. But I can't tell you how luxuriously comfy and cozy, soft and warm these wonderful sweaters and things are. And they're for both women and men, as well as children and pets. They're all machine washable. And they use either polyester microfiber or nylon bamboo. As I mentioned, they're in mostly these coastal colors. The latest color I really like is called beach rock and driftwood, but they've got, grays and lights, caramels and almond and ivory, and even a little bit of kind of like a silver sage color and some apricot, but they're all very warm, soft colors. And for sleep, you keep the room cool, and then you can snuggle in a pullover or socks made by Barefoot Dreams, and they're all made in the USA. So you can find them at barefootdreams.com or a lot of different retailers like Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, and QVC usually has really great discounts. The socks start at about $20, and the robes and cardigans range from $48 to up to $188, but it is a really wonderful gift that everybody will love. Our second category for caregiver wellness is Let There Be Light. So our first product is called Luminette. It's a lightweight portable glasses that emit a blue-enriched white LED light in 3 intensities, 500, 1000, and 1500 lux. And it's proven to effectively fight winter blues and to improve sleep schedules. So this is that seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, that you might hear about, that people get. Usually when we do light therapy, it can actually help boost your serotonin and boost your mood. And so this is a different version. It's not a light therapy lamp, and those can become very expensive, but this is actually a lightweight glasses that you would use. An independent clinical trial said that Luminette device allows you to get the equivalent benefits of those of a 10,000 lux therapy lamp. So that's the comparison. The Luminette 3 can be worn while you're exercising, traveling, or working. Again, very lightweight. And it comes with a micro USB cable and US plug charger. Each charge lasts for about 5 to 10 30-minute light therapy sessions. So you can find these on Amazon. They're about $149. So not, super inexpensive, but certainly worth it if you're needing to boost your mood, particularly through these winter months. Now, the second Let There Be Light product that we have is Microcosm, which is a neck reading light. Now, it's a bendable neck rechargeable LED reading light. It has 6 different brightness levels in warm, cool, and natural light settings. And it's really easy to just wrap around your neck, and then you can easily read in bed at night. which we tell you not to do because we want you to get better sleep. But we all know that sometimes we don't want to have a lot of extra light. This is going to give you all the illumination that you need if you're reading. And then, of course, I have to promote my book, Me Time Monday, the weekly wellness plan to find balance and joy for a busy life, which was written for caregivers. So this is all about caregiver wellness. And my book goes into how to find that balance in 7 elements of life: your physical, emotional, social, intellectual, environmental, financial, and spiritual wellness. The reading light is only about $11, $12. The Me Time Monday book you can find on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, bookshop.org, and other other retail stores for about $39. Now, the next category for caregiver wellness is We Have Your Back. I was gifted an X chair last year while I was writing my book, and I cannot tell you how much I love this chair. The one that I have actually has the heat and cooling therapy towards more the bottom of your spine. It does a little bit of massage therapy. So those are a few extras. It also has the headrest, but it's an ergonomic chair that is really wonderfully designed to support your back, support your neck, get you into the right position, because we spend so much of our days, many of us, sitting in an office chair or working from a home office, and we don't recognize how important our chairs are to, our back health. Very often we have back pain or we have neck pain, and we don't realize that a lot of it has to do with the chair. I really noticed a huge difference when I got my chair as I was in the midst of writing my book. It really made a huge difference. Actually, it allowed me to stay up longer and write longer. But the X chair is really different from a lot of other chairs out there because it intuitively adjusts to your body every time that you move, and it responds to your weight, your height, your position, and the amount of pressure that you're placing on it. It has a lot of proprietary technology like a dynamic variable lumbar that pivots with you to keep you comfortable and supported. And it has a 15-year limited warranty. Now, these chairs are not inexpensive, I will say. They start at about $1,100. And then as you add things like the massage, the heating, the cooling, the headrest, all that, those can be extra. And you can find it at xchair.com. And also specialty retailers such as Relax the Back, which is actually where my chair came from, and they are made in the US. Now, the other thing that helps our backs are the Moon Pod Zero Gravity Beanbag Relaxing Chair. So this is a really interesting take on, the 1960s, 1970s beanbag chairs that were so popular, and everybody had one in their bedroom or their apartments. But this is filled with high friction microbeads, and it mimics the sensation of flotation therapy. So it dynamically molds to every inch of your body to help relieve back and neck pain while you take a little breather, a little rest. It minimizes pressure points that have been known to calm the body's sensory nervous system for decreased anxiety and physical fatigue. And the dual membrane provides a soft and flexible yet supportive structure engineered to respond to any body shape and movement, also made in the US, and that's about $299. So when you can kind of compare the two, you've got $1,100 X chair for your office, or you can go with something a little bit more affordable, which is this $299 Moon Pod Zero Gravity Beanbag Chair, which is, again, a great, give yourself a little break from sitting at your computer screen or watching television or whatever you're doing, and take a little break for your back. Now, our next thing for caregiver wellness is the neck connection to calm. There's something called the vagus nerve, and it actually starts in your neck. It's the longest nerve in your body, and it travels all the way down your back to the bottom of your spine. And it's part of our autonomic nervous system where we can calm the stress that we might be feeling. So there's a couple of really interesting products out there. One is called Truvaga, and it's a vagal nerve stimulation gadget. So it's a handheld device, and it's something that you would kind of rub along your neck, and it reduces stress, creates calm, lessens anxiety, and definitely promotes better sleep because again you're kind of stimulating that vagus nerve to bring you out of your stress response and back into a sense of calm. Now when you use it, you may feel a downward pulling on your lip. This is actually the most common muscle contraction seen when you use this device, but it indicates you're actually in the correct position. So that's not a bad thing, and it certainly doesn't last. While you're using it, you might feel it's pulling on your lip a little bit just because of the connection to the vagus nerve. But it's backed by academic experts from Johns Hopkins, Emory University, Harvard Medical School, and Massachusetts General Hospital. They have all supported and given testimonials as to the effectiveness of this device. Now, one caution I will say is you don't want to use this if you have a pacemaker or an implanted hearing device, and you definitely don't want to use it while you're also trying to read things off your smartphone. This is, detox from everything else. Take a few moments and, do this relaxation. It's about a $300 device, so it's not, again, inexpensive, but it is certainly something that a lot of people have felt really helps them in terms of bringing down that anxiety and some of the mental health issues that we see around stress response. The other vagus nerve connected product is called Cool Cura. This is actually part of this new movement called Blue Wellness, and you see a lot of cold water therapy, ice therapy products and activities out there right now. Cool Cura is a modern twist on an ancient acupuncture technique called Feng Fu, where the spine meets the skull. Again, that's really the vagus nerve is what we're talking about. And what you do is this is like a little quilted with Velcro. You wear it around your neck. You wrap this device around your neck, and after you've put it in the freezer, so it's super, super cold, and you put it around your neck, and it directly connects to that Feng Fu point on your neck that relieves stress, anxiety, and pain. And it takes just 20 minutes. So all you do is just put this thing on. You don't have to do anything else. You probably should sit quietly because, again, you're trying to bring your body back out of that stress response. But it's really easy to use. It's a drug-free, natural, and non-habit forming way to reduce anxiety and stress. And the adjustable neckband does fit all size necks. So you would get this from coolcura.com, and that's COOLCURA.com, and it's about $30. And you get discounts if you buy more than one. So if you buy two, I think you get 10% off. You buy three, you get 15% off, something like that. So now let's go into our wellness for older adults. So here's our category that we're calling Get Your Kicks and Get Your Groove On. The first product is the Ellipse Leg Exercise. It's actually looks like a little, not a treadmill, but like a foot exerciser, almost like an elliptical machine that you would do at the gym. But this is a really small, compact, your feet fit into it. It fits underneath a desk or really easily into a living room or wherever you are. And, the older that we get, the more we have to move, but sometimes mobility is an issue. You can still move your legs and get your heart pumping with this Ellipse Leg Exercise device. So it boosts your circulation while strengthening and toning leg muscles. It can reduce swelling, calm restless leg syndrome, and is a helpful rehab tool if you've had knee or hip surgery and you don't want to put as much weight, even getting back to walking vigorously. You can work out, just kind of sitting in your chair, but work out your legs, work out your knees, work out, kind of your ankle areas. That all helps because it keeps, as I said, keeps the blood pumping. It's a really quiet operation. Some of these machines can be really noisy. This one's real quiet. It does both forward and reverse, and it's power assisted movement. And it works out certainly different muscles in your legs. So you can get that from ellipsefit.com, and ellipse is ELLIPSE fit.com. It's about $229. So again, not super inexpensive, but certainly a really, really great product and really terrific for older adults who might be a little bit more sedentary, and we want to encourage them to move a little bit more. Now, as far as getting your groove on, there are these really cool belts that I saw. They're for both men and women. This might be a little bit more leaning towards, a gift for a man, but it's called the Groove Life Belt. And if you feel like you don't want to deal with buckles anymore, the Groove Life Belt uses what they call space tech, which is a proprietary webbing, and then they use rare earth neodymium, I don't know if I'm saying that right, magnets, and also this aluminum alloy buckle, and it's used by astronauts, but it's just snaps. You don't have to do the buckle, which with arthritic hands, that gets really tough to keep your belt with, the buckles. And these things are so cool looking. The actual snap buckle it looks like they have a faux wood. They have metals, different, types of metals. They also have different colors, of course, in the belt. Anyway, they're really, really kind of very stylish looking. And it's got a really strong snap closure so that it snaps and latches instantly. Super, super easy to do. And it's got an anti-flap design so that the end neatly tucks behind the belt. So these are really cool belts. I think they're a great gift idea. And the great news is you can get these at groovelife.com. They're normally $65, but for the holidays, they're on sale, $35 each. Go quickly because I have a feeling these are going to sell out. But really cool gift idea. Now, our next category for older adults is called Safe and Secure. The first item is our Smart Soul GPS tracker. So, we are utilizing GPS technology and cellular technology, and it's embedded in this sole that would then fit inside any shoe. And you can get them in different sizes so it fits your foot. And it sounds weird because it sounds like, wow, you've got a sensor in there and I'm going to actually be stepping on that, but it's actually quite comfortable. And it provides real-time location tracking. So this is actually really great, particularly for older loved ones who may have dementia or Alzheimer's and have a tendency to wander. And it allows the family caregiver to monitor the wearer's movements via a smartphone app that connects with the GPS sensor. And you can set up a perimeter and decide, between you and your loved one, okay, what do we feel is safe? And once you've broken that perimeter, I'm going to get an alert that that you've broken the perimeter, and then I'll be able to find you easily, which is the great thing. In the years past, when a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia would wander, we had no idea where they were. We'd call the police. The police would spend hours maybe trying to look for them. This technology is really wonderful because it allows us to track our loved one and also know when something might be a little bit off. It has a really long battery life, which is great. So it lasts up to 7 days of use between charges. And, it's really discreet and comfortable, as I said. A lot of older adults don't want to wear a smartwatch. They haven't gotten into the Apple Watch, trend. They don't want to wear a lavalier. They don't want to wear something on their belt because they just feel like it's obtrusive or whatever. So this is a really discreet way to have a GPS tracking device that no one really sees. And is something that they would probably gravitate towards. So you can get this at gpssmartsoul.com, and soul is SOLE.com. And again, not super inexpensive, but certainly if you have a loved one who is living at home with dementia in early or mid stage, they want to stay independent, it's $359, and then it's $24.95 per month for the tracking subscription. But that's worth it. That's worth the peace of mind if you've got a loved one that you want to give that independence to, but still have them stay safe. Now, our other safe and secure product for older adults is called RoboForm. All of us know we have way too many passwords we have to keep track of. Drives me crazy. I'm probably not doing the right thing because I keep them on my computer, which is probably not too smart because my computer gets hacked. They have all my passwords, but I do a pretty good job of changing the password for pretty much any subscription or site that I sign into. I have a variation, but I have a lot of different passwords. So this is this RoboForm is an award-winning product, and it's actually an app. And we know that 81% of data breaches are caused because you have a weak or reuse the same password over and over again. So what RoboForm does is it keeps them all straight without writing anything down. It informs you when one of your passwords has appeared in a documented breach, which is wonderful. So you get a heads up that maybe somebody is trying to hack into your subscription and using your password or whatever. And so it's free, which is, can you believe it? But it's free for just one device. So if you're an older adult and you don't want to track your passwords, this is actually a free app that you can download. Now, it does, if you have more than one device that you want to use it on, so that might only work for your smartphone, but it wouldn't work necessarily for your laptop or maybe your iPad or your tablet, then you can go up to multiple devices, or kind of like a family plan. We have multiple people with multiple devices, and it can go up to about $3.98 per month. Still not very bad. That's not too bad, really, when you think about the safety and security of having your passwords protected. So definitely something to look into. Now, our next category for older adults is called Get a Grip. And I think almost everybody probably has an OXO Good Grip product in their kitchen or garage or wherever. As you probably know the story behind the OXO Good Grips, which have the rubberized grips on carrot peelers and tea kettles and everything else. It was actually created by an engineer whose wife had arthritis, and she was having a hard time gripping the carrot peeler. So he was the one that wrapped it with rubber, gave it kind of that webbed edge so it's easy to grip. And all of a sudden, we've got this cottage industry called OXO Good Grips. But here's something really cool from the OXO Good Grips group of products. They do the pop containers as well that pop open. They're vacuum sealed, and you just pop it and it opens up really easy. By the way, those are wonderful for older adults because, again, you don't want to twist and turn containers and different things that you can hold stuff in. So those pop containers are wonderful. Well, this is actually a pop container date dial. And what it is, very often with older adults, we have a lot of expired food in the fridge or in the pantry because, let's face it, the stamped dates on all of our food packaging is so hard to read. I mean, I don't care if you've got, 20/20 vision. It's difficult to find where it is and then to interpret what it means and all these other things. So this is going to take care of all this. This is actually a date dial. And what you do is you put on there the date that the food will expire, and then it tracks it. And you can put it on your pop containers. You can put it on other containers as well, but it tracks it by month and year or by month and day. And it's BPA free and dishwasher safe, and it's only $8 from Amazon or Container Store. But it's a really easy, great way, easy to read, for older eyes, on when food is expiring, so we don't, eat a lot of bad food. The other thing for Get a Grip is the one-touch jar opener. I have been finding lately that I cannot open any jars anymore. This is a really great product that I want. I've got it on my wish list. But it's a one-touch jar opener that really takes on the tightest jar lids, bottle caps, and other things that you can't get open. You just simply place this thing on top of the lid and you press the button on top. So similar to the pop container, same kind of theory. You press this button and it locks tightly on the container and automatically uncaps pickle jars, pasta sauce, sports drinks, soda bottles, you name it, does it all. It's really ideal for older adults where we're just losing our grip strength as we get older, or anyone, again, who has arthritis or any kind of hand pain. It just easily fits in a drawer. It's a small device. And this one that I really like is a little bit more expensive. You can find some of the cheaper ones, but they don't work as well. They don't grip all of the different size jars as well. This one will just grip anything. And it's from Sharper Image, and it's about $60. Now, I always include in this holiday gift guide for older adults dementia-friendly design products. A couple that I really like for this year. One is from the Color Coded Chef, which was actually a website and products that were designed by a woman who had a son with intellectual learning disabilities, and yet the color coding that she created for her son is also really great for people with dementia. Because one of the things that we know is you have to have a lot of contrast for people with dementia, and actually for older adults just in general. But the color is really going to help people with dementia to keep things straight, because they might forget the measuring spoon versus the knives versus the bowl or the measuring cup. So everything has a color code. And it really brings back that joy of savoring delicious meals and creating a sense of accomplishment and camaraderie and control for those who may be in the early and mid-stage dementia. They can still get into the kitchen and cook if that was their passion. So it's really wonderful stuff. Now, the other thing that you may want to think about with your loved one is, we know now from studies that we will increase the amount of food that someone with Alzheimer's will eat if you use red dinnerware and red cups or blue. It increases the food intake by about 25%, which is something that's really important, because a lot of people with Alzheimer's dementia, they just forget to eat, or they'll only eat half. And we're eating off a lot of white plates, which a lot of us have. And part of that is there's no contrast sometimes. If you have rice on a white plate, you can't see it. But if it's white rice on a red plate or a blue plate, you can. So this is how the brain works with people with dementia and Alzheimer's. So the color-coded chef has a whole kit of utensils. It's about $150. And the colored dinnerware is, and beverage containers you can find just about anywhere. And of course, they're going to range in price, but you can get them for very inexpensive products all the way up to, wonderful products. But think about that. The other thing with dementia-friendly design is, I really love this Wise, I think that's how you pronounce it, it's WYZE, Wise Smart Lock. Now, wandering becomes a huge issue, as we know, with loved ones with dementia, and especially late at night when we're trying to get some sleep. This is when Alzheimer's adults are most active, because their circadian rhythms are thrown off. So it's a huge safety issue for them and for us to be looking after them. So these smart locks are really, really interesting. Now, the one from Wise is interesting because it'll fit over the door lock and handle, and it fits most door locks, but it's a keyless door entry. And so it makes, we make sure that if your loved one, they can't wander off because they're not going to be able to get the door open. You can open it remotely via the app, or, if you need to let in a handyman or a professional direct care worker, caregiver, other delivery people or neighbors or friends or, whomever it is, or if your loved one has forgotten their keys, maybe they are staying independent, they went out for a walk, but they forgot their keys and the door locked, you can open it for them. But the Wise is designed to work with an existing deadbolt. So you can lock and unlock the door remotely, and then it auto locks the door after it's closed. And it uses Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and sends notification when the door has been left open. That's a real biggie for family caregivers, is once your loved one opens that door and then it doesn't shut, something's up. This one from Wise is, I found it on Amazon for $109, which is pretty good. So that's something you can think about. Now, wellness for the home is our next category. This category is called Sweet Dreams and Tooth Fairies. And I just gifted this to some of my best gal pals. We just had our holiday tea, and it's a color, noise, sound machine, and nightlight. So it's a small device, and it's portable, so you can actually take it with you when you travel too. But it has 30 different soothing sounds with 32 different levels of volume across all of the sonic hues of white noise, which is more like a whirring fan or TV static, pink noise, which is soft nature sounds like raindrops or waves on a beach or bird song, green noise, which is slightly louder than pink noise, and that's a little bit more of a crashing wave on the beach or heavy rain or crackling campfire, and then brown noise, which is thunder and waterfalls. Now, I write in my book that pink noise has been found to help you get to sleep faster and stay asleep longer, even more than green noise. I know green noise is getting a whole lot of attention because, it makes sense. Green noise, nature. that's easy for people to remember, but it's actually the pink noise is a little bit more beneficial for sleep. And then on top of the sound machine, you also have 12 different colors for a nightlight with 10 brightness levels. Now, science has shown that amber or orange red colors are the best for nightlights because it allows us to see if we need to get up and go to the bathroom, but it doesn't wake up our body. That blue light, bright yellow, bright white light, that's going to wake your body up, wake your brain up, because you're going to think that it's daylight. But if you have an orangey red or amber color, it looks like more like dusk, and it keeps you in that sleep mode of your circadian rhythm. So it's really, really important. And I circled the 2 colors of the 12 different colors you have on this device that I think are the most optimal to use. And you can get this on Amazon for $24. It's a really great little gift to give to people. The other thing that we don't think a lot about is dental hygiene, but beyond dental hygiene, particularly for older adults, it's the bacteria that can grow up, gather in the mouth, but also gather on our toothbrush. So this is a Brill toothbrush sanitizer. It sterilizes up to 99.9% using UV light technology. And so what you do is you put your toothbrush inside of here, and it fits all size brushes. And then it will use this UV light to sanitize your toothbrush. Now, older adults often have dry mouth that causes bacteria to build up in the mouth more easily, leading to tooth decay. So having this sanitized toothbrush cleaner is really kind of a cool idea. It comes in 3 different colors, black, white, and blue. And you can buy it from Get Brill, that's BRIL, getbrill.com. You can also find it on Amazon or at Sears or Walmart, and it's about $30. The next category for the home is called the heat is on. Heated and weighted blankets, but mostly weighted blankets, have gotten a lot of attention lately because, again, it's part of the sleep science routine. It's not for everyone, but we do know that weighted pressure actually calms us. It's used a lot in nursing homes and even sometimes in assisted living. Those weighted blankets, when you put it on somebody, it actually makes you feel almost like cocooned, and it helps calm, a lot of the stress and anxiety that you might have. So this weighted pressure with the soothing warmth, because as we get older, we tend to get colder at night. Now, one of the things we want to be careful about is you don't want to turn the heat on in your house. It'll heat the whole house, and actually you'll be too warm. You want to keep your air temperature at about 68 to 70 degrees at the hottest. But if you do get cold as you get older, you're going to want to wear socks, and then you may want to think about these heated weighted blankets that's going to help you relax and sleep more soundly. So, studies have shown that deep pressure therapy, which you get from the weighted blanket, can create a sense of calm and lowers anxiety, as I said, promotes that restorative sleep. This one that I picked is from Hammacher Schlemmer. It's about 13 pounds. It's high quality, non-toxic micro glass beads, and they're carefully stitched to evenly fill the entire blanket. Now, I like the glass beads instead of the plastic beads because some of the cheaper weighted blankets use plastic, which I don't like. Also, sometimes the way that they stitch the beads into the blanket can be very, very uneven, and it gets really lumpy, and then it's not really doing you any good. So make sure you've got one that's really well done, so that these micro beads fill the entire blanket and stay even. And then this particular weighted blanket also has 4 heat settings. So you've got an LED controller, and you can select temperatures from 90 to 105 degrees. And the front of the throw is the soft to touch, like a micro mink. And then inside is a really cozy Sherpa lining. Now, one thing I will note about weighted blankets is the best way to think about it is, because they come in different weights, you want to take your weight that you are right now, take 10% of that number. So let's just say you weigh 180 pounds. You want to take 10%, which is 18 pounds. You do not want to get a blanket more than 18 pounds because it's not going to help. It's actually going to hurt your cardiovascular and, how your organs when you're laying down. So you want to be careful about not getting a blanket that's too heavy. If anything, you want to err on the side of getting it a little too light. So they have them in 5 pound, 10 pound, 13, 12, 15, and 18, I think. I don't think they go much above 18, but anyway, that's just something to think about. This one from Hammacher Schlemmer, again, not super cheap, but it's $129, which is not too bad. And it does have, again, the heat plus the weighted blanket. So you've got two things going on at once. Now, the other thing for the heat is the Keurig K-Mini coffee maker. This is so cute. It's only 5 inches wide. It's super energy efficient. So it's got an auto off feature that turns off your coffee maker 90 seconds after your last brew. So it helps you to save energy. It's also simple to use. You just add the fresh water. For anyone who's used these Keurig, and some of the other coffee makers, they're so easy now. Fresh water, pop in your favorite K-cup pod. You can get those from Starbucks and everywhere else, and then you just press the brew button and enjoy the fresh brewed delicious coffee. Now this is perfect, by the way, I think, for people who are living alone, because it's so small and it's got a small footprint. So they may be in a smaller place now. Maybe they're in assisted living, or maybe they're in their own apartment, or whatever it is. Maybe they're in an adult dwelling unit. They're in a granny pod, in your backyard or your garage. But wherever they are, having things that are small becomes really important. So this is a small footprint, but it's good enough to give you a cup of coffee, a couple cups of coffee. So it's great for solo agers and also for busy caregivers, because you know what? It's portable. It's got a little cord holder. And if you just love your coffee or your tea and you're going to be at the hospital for hours and hours and hours, you can think about, taking it with you. So you can get it on Amazon. Also at Target and Walmart. It's about $70. I love the yellow because it's so bright and sunny. It comes in a gray, but then the yellow cup that comes with it is really adorable. And then I also love the forest green, because green is an energizing, optimistic color. Our next category is called Baby It's Cold Outside. So we've got a splurge and a save option for you here. I don't know if you've heard about this Ember Smart Mug, but it's getting so much attention and everybody wants one. Now, these are not cheap, folks. They're beautiful, but they're not cheap. But it's a smart mug. And so what it does is, for people who just love their coffee and tea and you want to extend, having that hot beverage, it's got multiple sensors that ensure accurate temperature control and liquid level detection. Lasts for about 1.5 hours at the same temperature. So you know how you have to keep reheating your coffee or tea in the microwave? Well, you don't have to do that with this. It's, an hour and a half of having your beverage at the same heat temperature. It uses a convection current and circulates the hot beverage from top to bottom. So also it's uniform. It's not colder, at the top and more maybe at the bottom. And then it intelligently wakes up when the hot liquid is poured, and it goes to sleep when it's empty or not in use. So they come in about 10 ounces and 14 ounces. The Ember Smart Mug, lovely colors. I love the copper color. I love the sage green color, but also they have a limited edition for the holidays called the Ember Red, which is in support of the Red global movement. So a certain percentage of the mug goes to support that philanthropy and that nonprofit. You can buy these at ember.com. They're about $129 for a coffee cup. Okay, that's a lot. But again, it's a smart coffee cup. So if you really, really want your beverage to stay warm, this is for you. Or, if you're somebody who does a lot of traveling and you've got your mug in your car, this is perfect. Now, if you want a slightly, less expensive option, there are the Yetis, right? Which we all love. I think most people have some kind of Yeti product, but the Yeti Rambler no spill lid top mug I really love. Again, it comes in 10, 20, and 30 ounce sizes. Lots of really great colors. I love the one that's kind of the seafoam color, because that matches, my book, my logo, everything with my business. But it's got a splash resistant slider lid So this is really helpful. Again, if you're traveling and you've got your mug in your car, you can close that lid so that if you're going to hit any bumps or whatever, and then open it when you just want to drink it. It's made out of stainless steel, and it has a double wall vacuum insulation. And, we know that 50% of adults are dehydrated during the day. So, in addition to, supporting this eco advocacy of non plastic water containers, which is now, we're moving away from all that, right? So, we want to use our own containers. The Yeti solves the problem of both staying hydrated, but also not using plastic water. And the great thing about the Yeti versus the Ember Smart Mug is the Smart Mug just keeps things warm. The Yeti will keep it warm or cold. So again, you can buy those at Amazon, Yeti.com, REI, lots of outdoor gear and hardware stores. And the Yetis are about $20 to $38, so a little bit less expensive than that Ember Mug. Now, our next category for wellness in the home is magic of memories. A lot of people have thousands and thousands of pictures on their phone, but sometimes we want to have something that's tactile that we can feel or that we can just look at that's not on our phone. So Kodak has the Mini 2 Retro 4-pass portable photo printer. It's really cool. All you do, it uses actually Bluetooth synchronization, and you just take your phone, sync it up with the app on this Kodak little portable, put the paper in, and it prints it out automatically, whatever photo that you're choosing. On the app, you can also do things like add frames and filters and other design features, but it's really great for older adults who do want to have those printed photos of the grandkids or from their last vacation or whatever, and that they can put into maybe a memory album or frame. And it's a real small footprint. This little printer is only 2 by about 3.5 inches. So it fits into your purse or backpack, so you can take it with you wherever you're going. You can get it at Amazon, Target, Walmart, HSN, and it's about $99. Now, the other thing I really love in this magic of memories is the Skylight digital frame. So the digital frames have been around for a long time. Okay, we've all seen them, but this one's really unique. It's got a touchscreen digital picture frame that allows you to share up to 8 gigs of images. So that's about 8,000 photos with your loved one. But what's really cool is when it's plugged in and it's connected to Wi-Fi, anyone in the family or any friends can send images to your loved one, and it'll appear automatically in the rotation of photos, which is kind of cool, because if you've got somebody who's traveling or on a vacation and all of a sudden it pops up, there they are at the Eiffel Tower, there they are at Egypt, at the pyramids, or whatever it happens to be, or there's the grandkids, doing their latest thing. It's kind of enjoyable to see some of those new photos pop up in this frame. And so it's a really cool gift, I think, particularly for older adults, but for any of us. And again, it's got a lot of storage capacity, and you can get this at Amazon, Best Buy, Michaels, Target. The 10-inch version is about $159, and they also have a larger frame, 15-inch, but that's closer to about $300. So 10-inch is probably good. But anyway, very, very cool, very easy to use. The next category for our wellness home gift ideas are in air care. So you may have been seeing a lot of these commercials lately. There's different products. I like the Hotel Collection, but these are scent diffusers, basically aromatherapy. And aromatherapy is an ancient wellness practice. The Egyptians were doing this, 3,000 years ago. So this is nothing new. But what's really cool about this Hotel Collection is they actually have taken the scents that a lot of the 5-star hotels, so the Ritz-Carlton, the Fairmont, the Westin, the Delano, the W, all these famous hotels, right, that you go into, these wonderful cities and see that, they all use, even if you don't notice it, there is aromatherapy going on inside the hotels. And it's all meant to give us this immersive sense, through smell of, feeling better, feeling enthused, or relaxed or whatever it is. And so this hotel collection uses this diffuser. Now, what's cool is it uses cold air diffusion technology. So it turns the fragrance oil into a dry nano mist. A lot of people have had trouble with other diffusers because there's a lot of oil and it kind of can set on the furniture and, the shelving and stuff, and people have had trouble with them. This dry nano mist doesn't do that. So the scent stays suspended in the air longer, and then it has better coverage throughout the room. It doesn't use heat or water, so it's real safe, and it just preserves the fragrance oil a lot longer. And it's, again, residue-free and safe for children and pets. So this hotel collection, the diffuser itself is about $149 right now. That's 60% off, by the way, for the holidays. It's going to go up. So if you really are thinking about this, you may want to get it now. And then you can also use traditional candles in these same scents from these hotels. The candles are about $20 to $50, or the room sprays are about $18 right now. That's all on sale at thehotelcollection.com. But really cool stuff. And I like the fact that it smells like the hotels. I've tried the Weston one, which I think is a scent called My Way or Dream On. I can't remember. Maybe Dream On. Anyway, really, really lovely, lovely scent. The other thing for air care is the Coway Air Mega Aim. So this is a 2-in-1 HEPA air purifier and also a fan that oscillates. So it tilts at different angles and it can detect air quality and adjust the fan accordingly. So as there's toxins and things in the air, it'll actually almost like target in on that, and then it'll turn and oscillate and take care of that toxin. So it's really interesting. It's a small footprint, it's a small product, so it's made for smaller apartments and kitchens and dorm rooms or home office, or even your RV. It can purify spaces up to 246 square feet in just 30 minutes. So again, small spaces. If you want to have multiple ones in the room, or you can get the bigger HEPA air purifiers, which do the whole house, but those are super expensive. And then it comes with a remote control where you can turn the device lights off, making it perfect for bedroom operation. So this CowayMega.com is the website. And it's right now there's a special discount going on. So it's $112. Normally it's $150. So you might want to take advantage of that discount that they've got. Now, when it comes to, our homes and biophilic design, which many of you know, I've talked about this, just all the time because it's my new favorite thing, my new passion. It's also part of the environmental wellness piece of my book, where it's so important for us to have these nature, biophilic designed environments to heal, and to feel calm, and to feel a sense of comfort and soothing and safety. So going green is really important. I'm going to give you two options. One is for indoor, one is for outdoor. So the indoor one, you may have heard of these. These are getting so much attention right now. I can't remember if this is on Oprah's list as well. It may be, but it's called the AeroGarden Indoor System. It's a hydroponic system. So this is a new term, which uses LED grow light that is a really, small indoor gardening system that uses water, but no soil and obviously not any of the pests that you're going to find in typical gardens. So it mimics natural sunlight to help the plants germinate up to 5 times faster than they do in soil. And also you can grow these plants all year long. So the options range from herb mixes, which is one I really like. You can also do tomatoes, peppers, flowers. You can grow a lot of different things indoors just using this adjustable LED light stand. And the plants usually grow anywhere from between 12 to 24 inches in height. It's got a touch-sensitive illuminated control panel that reminds you when to add water and plant food, making it simplified, worry-free gardening experience. Okay, this is what I need. I have a black thumb. Everything that comes into my house dies. And I hate that because I love this whole biophilic design. I want my plants to thrive. So these AeroGarden indoor system is perfect for someone like me. My mom is the ultimate gardener. She probably wouldn't even need this. She could grow it without this thing. But it's helpful for those of us who are not natural gardeners to want to have this greenery and these live plants in our lives and not want them to die on us the minute we bring them into the home. So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing for if you're like me, or for anybody that just loves plants and the garden. Maybe they had a beautiful garden and now they're living in a smaller apartment, older loved ones, and this is going to bring back that garden into their life. So you can get it at arrowgarden.com. Also, Amazon, Home Depot, Walmart has these. They range, depending on what kind of plants and how many you get, from $79 to about $141. It's not too bad. Now, the other option in biophilic design and going green is outdoors, right? Now, we know with age, it gets more difficult to bend and kneel in your beautiful garden. And so, but garden lovers don't need to abandon their love of getting outside and getting their hands into the soil. And so what we've got now going on are elevated gardens. And this is, elevated garden beds that stand anywhere from, 2 to 4 feet. So they're at waist level. Also what we're calling vertical gardens, that's more trellis gardening. And then there's also something called the kneeler stool. So let me just tell you really quickly, you want to create these garden beds at waist level because you don't want to bend down. It becomes too hard. And so at waist level, you can still do everything that you would have done when the plants were in the soil, because these garden planters have plenty of room to have lots of soil in them, but they're just higher. Also, the kneeler stool has cushions on it, and then it's got handrails on the side so you can help push yourself up if you are still getting into the garden and you want to bend down and trim and prune things. But then also when you flip it over, you can convert it into a stool so you can sit and prune and do things. So that's kind of an interim step, the kneeler stool. But, for very many people with arthritis and other issues, even doing that becomes more difficult. So these elevated gardens are perfect. You can get them at garden stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, Hammacher Schlemmer. It just depends on the size of the planter that you're buying. So the prices are all over the place. The kneeler stools range from about $25 to $85. Depending on how fancy they are, and if you have the cushions or not. So those are other great gifts to think about. Now, one of our last categories here for wellness home design and for our entire holiday gift guide is called Game On. 2 great games I wanted to bring to your attention. First of all, the Hygge. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I met somebody, by the way, from Denmark the other day, because this is a Danish word. I should know this because I have a Danish ancestor, but I think it's Hygge. And I kept trying to say it right, and she kept saying, yeah, you're kind of there. Anyway, Hygge is what we call taking a digital detox, right? It's step away from the machine, step away from the smartphone and all the technology in our lives. I write about this in my Me Time Monday book, how we need to get these breaks. So the Danish culture has Hygge, and it's really about warmth and coziness and being at home and enjoying the good things in life. Now you can do it as a solo practice, just yourself, do a little reading, just look at a beautiful fire, maybe listen to some music, have some cocoa or some coffee, or you can do group activities, which, we all want to go now from going from URL to IRL in real life, and we want to be social. And so bringing others in for engaging games is really fun. So this Hygge game sounds I just bought it, and we're going to play it during the holidays. I'm going to get my family together, and we're all going to talk about it. It's about stories and discussing big and small things in life. So I'm fascinated to see what these cozy conversations are in this game. Hopefully they're going to be real fun. But you can find this at Amazon and Uncommon Goods and other online retailers. It's about $70. Now, there's also the Trivial Pursuit Generations. This is the brand new Trivial Pursuit version, and it's by our friends at Ageless Innovation, which was a spinoff originally of Hasbro. And of course, Hasbro owns that Trivial Pursuit brand. But Hasbro gave the first ever license to the folks at Ageless Innovation and Joy for All to reimagine Trivial Pursuit for multiple generations. So what they did is they took the classic game and they took all this generational trivia. So whether you're a boomer or whether you're, Gen X, millennial, Gen Z, they've taken all this great trivia and done easier to read cards. And so it really brings the generations together. And this is also another fun one that I've got to get for the family that we're going to play, I think, during the holidays, because we all love Trivial Pursuit, but this one ought to be hilarious. I don't know how many Gen Z things I could get because I'm on the other end of that age spectrum. I'm the boomer in the game thing here. But it's got great storylines and easy to grasp pieces, easy to read text. So it's really age friendly. But again, it's still going to be fun for the younger generation. So you can get it at Target, Amazon, Best Buy, specialty game stores, and it's $44.99. So $45 will get you the Trivial Pursuit Generations version of the game. And with that, I just want to thank you for listening and watching our holiday gift guide. This is our third annual holiday gift guide. This is our gift ideas for 2023 for caregiver wellness, wellness for older adults, and wellness for the home. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and have a very happy New Year.